Hey everyone, welcome along to Manifest Creative, the place where we manifest your life creatively. My name's Catherine Eggins, so welcome along. Today I would love to discuss what happens when you push your boundaries. Now, it's really important for you to grow to actually push your boundaries, and that's really doing the things that scare you. Now, they don't have to be great big steps. They can just be small steps to start with. It's just whatever is pushing your boundaries. Now, to work out what you really need to do to push your boundaries is to actually think about what it is that you want to create. So say it's creating the life that you want. Now, that is usually found in your heart. If you tune in, you can get to the bottom of what it is that you would really like to be doing. And it's usually the thing that you talk about, oh, one day I would love to do this, one day I'd love to do that. And it's just constantly there. It's just always there while you're going day to day. It's in the back of your mind. I'd love to be doing this one day. One day is not a part of the week, never ever happens. So it's important to start taking steps to get towards your goal. Now, the best thing to do is to think about your goal and then think, well, what's the first step that I could take to do that? Now, chances are that first step will make you nervous, and it could be something as simple as making a phone call. I know that used to be a really big deal for me, but it's not so much a big deal now because I've done a lot of internal work, and that's what I highly recommend. To get through all these things, do the internal work, get to know who you are on the inside, what your beliefs are, what you need to change to actually create the life that you want. But taking that first step of, regardless of how small it may seem, if it makes you nervous, take that first step. Now, this is what happens quite often when you push your boundaries, is that you'll take that first step and then you might start to doubt yourself, or you'll start to feel flat, or something will go wrong. Now, this happened to me just this last week, and it started with actually doing these videos. Now, while I feel really comfortable on video, to actually get out there and start doing it honestly, once it gets started, this is the thing, once you do it, once you get started, easy. But it's the lead up to doing it when you're first pushing your boundaries. And the idea is you keep pushing your boundaries until it becomes your normal. Now, last week, what happened to me was I started doing these videos. They went great. I was really happy with them. But it triggered something inside of me. So the next day, I came back to my car. My car was parked somewhere. I came back and there was a broken window. Now, I knew who had broken the window because there was a lawnmower person there, and he acknowledged it, and it's all been great. Everything went perfectly fine. And that's the other thing with manifesting. I'm going to do another video on this, is seeing things how you want them to pan out. So stay tuned for another video, because I will talk a bit more about the manifesting process. But today we're talking about pushing boundaries. So this broken window, and rather than jumping up and down, it was looking at it in a way of going, okay, all right, why did this happen? And it really comes back to me pushing my boundaries. So because that happened, then I spent the next 24 hours running around getting my window fixed in my car. So that actually took me out of the studio, away from doing the videos, and doing something else which needed to be done. I can't go driving my car around without a window in it, but it took me away from what I was planning to do, the thing that was pushing my boundaries. So then for the next couple of days, I actually felt really flat, and sort of like, oh, what's the point? Why should I be doing this? And really questioning myself. But then I tuned back deep inside, and it's like, that's what I really want to do. I really want to get out there and help people to push through their boundaries and to get out there and live the life that they're destined for, because that's what brings me joy. And we're so programmed in this life to not experience joy. It's like, oh, if you're experiencing joy, well then, oh, how dare you, when that person over there is really sad, and they're having a really tough time, why should you be entitled to feel joy? Now, this is the thing, we're all entitled to feel joy. It's just that society has made it such a negative thing to feel joy, whereas if we all followed the process of following our heart and actually dug deep and really tuned in, a lot of the world's problems would go away. This is the thing. But everything's in tune. Everyone's where they need to be in their life, and the path that they need to take. So if you're at the point where the path that you need to take is to start experiencing joy, tuning in and living the life that you're destined to live, that's in your heart, then this video is for you. Get out there and start pushing your boundaries. And when you do push your boundaries and you have that feeling afterwards, that really, really flat feeling where you go really, really low, you might even catch a cold or something like that. A lot of physical ailments are a result of either people not being true to themselves or pushing boundaries. So if that starts to happen, if you've pushed a boundary and all of a sudden you've got a cold or you're feeling a bit flat, get excited, start to celebrate that, because that means you have pushed your boundary and there's a new normal waiting for you. Once you get through that process that does come up from pushing your boundaries. And it really doesn't matter where you are in your life. If you push a boundary, that's what happens. It's just a process that you go through. And I like to refer to it as an exorcism of old beliefs. These physical things that we go through because of all of this. It's getting those old beliefs out and creating a new normal. And that's really what you want to do. So get out there, push your beliefs and your boundaries, and start creating a new normal and start paving the way to living that life that's in your heart, the one that you really, really want to live. And it'll just completely change your life. So I'd love to hear comments. Leave some comments below, and I shall catch you next time. But in the meantime, remember to follow your heart, follow your dreams, and don't let anybody stop you, especially yourself. I'll catch you next time. Bye.